everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be tackling those hidden areas of my life. So today I'm going to be decluttering my wardrobes and cupboards and other miscellaneous areas that just seem to spiral out of control. So I do sometimes think that taking 5 or 10 minutes every once in a while to declutter certain zones of life can really help to make you feel organised and just much more in control of your daily life. So if you're anything like me, there are certain cupboards or drawers or just areas of your house that you just quickly close the door on and run away as fast as you can. Usually it's things that we use every single day. So for me, this cupboard behind me is filled with things that I use for my Etsy business. I go in there every single day, multiple times a day, and it's just turned into chaos. So I'm hoping today to inspire you as well as myself to just have a look at your own home and really check in with yourself and the areas of your home. So let's get started, shall we? So one of the first areas that I want to declutter today is this wardrobe, as I said. So not everything in here is mine, some of it is my partner Dom's, so I'm just going to do my shelves that I use every single day and that drive me mad every single day. So I'll show you what we're working with. Basically these two shelves here are mine. So this one's got the Hoover on and all other random stuff. It's just not used to its full potential. And as you can see, this one is chaos. So this is my Etsy store cupboard and it's just crazy. There is a lot of stuff in there that probably doesn't need to be in there, and I feel like I can really declutter and definitely organise it to make better use of the space. So what I'm going to do first is what I always do. I'm going to take every single thing out of there and I'm just going to start from scratch. So I'll show you guys as we go along. So that's it empty, and as you can see there is actually a lot of space in here, but it was just being used really badly by me. It can be embarrassing sometimes to admit to how messy you can be. You know, nobody is perfect out there, and definitely I am not perfect. I'm quite a messy person by default. I do like to be tidy and not live with clutter in my life, but I do find that if I don't know, have a bad week or a bad month, then things start to slide, and if I don't catch myself, it just carries on sliding. So these areas are the areas most people wouldn't look in when they come to your house, but if you know they're there, it can be really stressful, especially when you don't like to be messy like me. So I'm gonna have a look through everything that's on the floor around me now, and then start to organise it into things that could be somewhere else in the house or things I no longer need. This is what I am left with. I'll just quickly speak through what I've actually got here. So this little pile here, I've got this cotton round which I just need to pop in the washing machine. It's a reusable cotton pad for taking makeup off, so I don't know how that ended up here, but I guess when you move things get displaced and stuff gets everywhere. Some tea lights and some LED tea lights, so I do kind of want to keep these in the cupboard, but they do need their own separate space to be. This is an entire box of just tissue paper and random bits that I'm just going to have a look through, but I think most of it can just go in the recycle bin. I don't think it's very usable. I've got all of my Hoover and all of its extension bits there, so that needs to go back in. Over here, this is packaging and bags, so I do like to reuse these to wrap presents for people. I do have a drawer that I decluttered last week, so that's going to go upstairs. This stuff's also going to go in that drawer, so this is Etsy overflow, so all my wire wrapping bits and bobs, some rulers, some macrame string. This is my little sewing kit, and this, we take Etsy pictures on this, so this can go back in that cupboard because I don't need to use this every single day. Over here, this explosion of bubble wrap is just some bubble wrap we get with orders that we buy ourselves, and then we try and reuse it as much as we can, so I want to repurpose this. I did find this box which stores some packaging tape we're using. Why is there a bead? This is why it's good to go through things. So that can go to Dom. But yes, I'm going to put all of this bubble wrap neatly into here so I can use this when I'm wrapping. And then this here is my daily box, which is organised because I'm always in here just with all my different size tissues and masking tape and such. So that's organised because I need it to be on a daily basis. But I literally, this whole cupboard was chaos, and I would just squeeze this neatly organised little tray in there. And then this is just some what's it called, tissue paper, so this can go back in there as well because I'm always needing more and cutting different pieces. So let's pop all of this back into the cupboard and see if I can get it to look organised. So I've hired a little helper to help me along. I'm not sure if it's a help or more of a distraction, but this is everything that I've got left over. I've organised it a little bit more. So like I said, they're going upstairs, and then these bits, no, don't play with that. They're going to the Etsy store cupboard upstairs. This is going to go in the recycle bin, and then I found these random bits which are going to go in the under the stairs cupboard because that's where little bits and bobs like this go. So just a weekly planner and candles, and then a rogue pen. You can never be without a pen. And then as you can see, this is much better. So we've got my little Hoover or vacuum cleaner cupboard. So Echo, what are you doing? We don't actually have like a lot of storage space in this house, and so this vacuum cleaner is perfect for us, but it's got lots of attachments, but it fits perfectly on this shelf. I have just tidied the cord up there because I don't need to charge it all the time. We do have the TV cables that come through this cupboard, which we can't avoid at this point, so I just got to be mindful of those, but it's much better. And then on this shelf down below, all my Etsy stuff. So this is packaging extras, so masking tape, packaging tape, bubble wrap and tissue paper. And then this side I can just get this tray in and out every single day just as I want to. So that feels much better. Right, on to the next thing. So next is this zone. I cannot stand how many coats and things we've got here. So we use this door quite a lot, but the door doesn't open properly because there's just so much stuff on here. It's a really easy dumping ground, and I feel it's probably the same for a lot of people's houses, especially if you've got children. You know, there's so many coats. I think we've got quite a few coats on here ourselves, and there's only 2 of us in this house, so I'm just gonna have a look through what I've got on there. From the day we moved in, I've literally not even looked at what's on these coat pegs, so I just need to have a little look through and make it a bit more of a purposeful place to put our things. First things first, let's take everything off. Are you having fun? You like it when I declutter, don't you? Have you said hello to everybody? Hello! It's incredible how much more light there is in this corner now because there's not all those dark coats there. If we could get away without having this clothing hook here, I totally would, but I can't really think of anywhere else in the house that it would go that it would look nice. We have got some renovation plans in the future, so we'll see if I can sort it out. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort it into coats that we are wearing currently, if there's any that I can declutter. So for example, Dom has a lot of work coats and they're very bulky, but he's not currently working, he's on furlough, so his big coats don't need to be on there until he goes back to work. And likewise, I've got a lot of coats and bags that I'm just not using anymore. So I'm just going to put everything back up with real intention, and then I'll chat through what I've decided to declutter after. So the first thing I've decided is this coat is lovely, but I don't tend to wear it as often. I've got this other coat here that's much more suitable for this kind of weather we're going through, where you don't know if you're going to get caught in a rain shower or it's going to be really hot. So I'm going to pop this one back up in my wardrobe, and I imagine in a few weeks I will switch them around because this is more of like a proper spring to summer coat, whereas that's more of a winter coat. But there's no reason to keep this when I haven't worn it for weeks. And then I've got my old winter coat here, which doesn't actually fit anymore, and the zip is bust. So I'm going to see once the charity shop's open if they want to take this off my hands, and if not, then I'll take it to a clothing recycle centre. But that doesn't need to be up there anymore because it literally doesn't fit. And then here we've just got Dom. He's got two coats. So he's got this one and he's got a bigger one, and then he's got some hats. I haven't seen him wear these hats since the day we moved in last year. And again, he's not been working since who knows when now, so he doesn't need these until he goes back to work, and then when he does go back to work we can change things around again. The other thing that was up on there needlessly was this bag from when I was going to a physical job. I just had this to put my lunch in, but I'm obviously working from home now, so I don't need this anymore. I might give this to the charity shop potentially because I've got no use for an actual handbag anymore in my life, and it was never a very practical bag either. Literally just bought whatever I could find to throw my lunch in that would fit in the locker, so I think I'm going to pass that one along. And then the last things that were up there were these bags. So this is literally a bag of bags. I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but when I do the shopping, the food shop every week, I end up putting all the bags back in this bag, and I just lazily hang them back up here rather than taking them back out to my car. But all that happens then is I go shopping, and guess what? My bags are at home and not in the car. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put these at the front of the door, the front of the house, once I've done the shopping and put everything away, and then the next time I go out to my car I can take them out with me. That's the plan anyway. But let me know what you think, because I think that looks so much better. We've been thinking about getting a smaller coat hook as well, so that could potentially work and take up a little bit less space, but I'm really happy with how that looks. So the last area that I want to declutter today are my shoes. So I've just got this little shoe basket, which seemed like a really good idea at the time, but then now I've got too many shoes in there and it's overflowing, and I really don't like how it looks in my home. I think it really just looks a bit messy with when you can see all the shoes popping out. So I'm going to have a little look through and sort through my shoes and see which ones I want to keep, which ones I want to pass along, or if there are any that I can just kind of remove from this area and put upstairs so that I can make more use of them during different seasons. I can go up there and bring the winter shoes down when winter comes around. There's no need to have every single shoe in my life down here because it's just not working for me. I wanted to add here as well. I've been doing this for about half an hour and I've managed to, or I will have done, managed to tackle 3 different areas of my home, and there were real problem areas and areas that were really starting to grind me down. But like I said, you know, just choose 1 or 2 areas and just go at it today. I use the 3-second rule, so I give myself 3 seconds. If I think about doing something, I just stand up as soon as I think about it, because otherwise it's a fleeting thought and the next thing you know, you're just being sucked into a wormhole on YouTube or something else. So if you've got that little spark today to, you know, want to declutter or organise an area of your home, get up right now and go and do it, because otherwise you'll still be thinking about it this time next week. Right, I'm going to stop distracting myself and start decluttering. So please excuse how dirty these ones are. These are my old work shoes. I don't really have any use for these anymore. I'm up in the air about whether I'm going to keep them or not. They obviously need a good clean, they're very dusty. I don't think I will ever need these again, but I also don't like wasting things, so I don't know. Yeah, if I might declutter these. I think I'll probably declutter them. I can't think of a time when I would need to wear a black shoe. These ones I love, but I've not been wearing them recently, so I want to pop these upstairs, and then if I don't wear them again this year, then I'll probably declutter these as well. However, these are a really great shoe for when I'm going on nice walks out in the countryside, which I haven't been able to do this year, so I do feel like the time will come where I'll want to wear these ones again, especially as spring approaches. But I'm just going to do what I always do, and I'll put them upstairs, and if I don't touch them in the next few months, then I'll be decluttering them as well. So this looks much better. Now you can't actually see what lives inside, which is fantastic. So that's just the shoes that I wear on a semi-daily basis. If you're wondering why the tag is still on this basket, it's because I'm a cat mum and Echo really likes tags. So if he ever wants to go in here and play, I'm not gonna stop him. So I really hope that I've inspired you today to look at areas of your home that you've been avoiding or have been putting off, or just haven't even given a second thought to since the day you moved in. I've got a lot of areas like that in this house, and it's just such a good feeling when you really just sit down and organise those spaces, because then you go back to them and in your head you expect it to still be this crazy cluttery mess, but you open the drawer and it's just organised, neat and tidy, just like your brain feels once you've decluttered. So it's such a great feeling. So I hope that I've inspired you today to do the same. If you enjoyed this video, you'll really love the videos I've got about minimalism and creating a tidy and clutter-free home, so I'll be sure to leave those videos down below so you can watch them after this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a really wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in my next video.